let's jump straight into it. So the first thing you want to do is open up your favorite browser. Here I'm using Chrome and I've got the Adobe website open. So hitting Command Option I or Control Shift I will bring up the developer tools, and through the responsive settings you can pick what device you want it to display on. I'm using the iPhone X. After that you want to hit Command Shift P or Control Shift P and search for screenshot and do the full page screenshot. This will give you the entire page as one image. So bringing that into Adobe XD on an iPhone X artboard, what you can do is match the size of the artboard to the height of the image. So I'm just going to duplicate it, move it to the left and turn down the artboard's layer to 20% and lock that layer. So I'm a robot. This part's going to be a lot quicker for me than it will be for you, but basically the aim is to go through and just match up the design as closely as possible. Now the aim here isn't to simply recreate this work, put it in your portfolio and claim it as your own design. The aim is to actually learn a little bit more about how websites are designed and how they're built. So as you're going through the design process, what you'll start to notice is the similarities that exist across elements. So when you're working with type, for example, you'll more than likely notice that the site's only going to have one or two or possibly even three different headings. From there it's going to have a body size which is fairly standard across the web. And you'll notice when it comes to buttons and things like that, there's usually only a primary and secondary button. On the off occasion you might get a third option, but you'll sort of start to notice these patterns the more you attempt this recreation process. Now again, it's not to claim this design as your own, it's to help you get a better understanding of how the sites around the web are built. Now as you're working through designs, you want to start using the Assets panel to store character styles, components, colours. Basically what this does is creates reusable elements that you can continue to use across your design. So this is handy because one, you're not duplicating elements all the time, and if you update the master components, it's going to allow you to quickly update everywhere they appear across your design. So when you're finished, the final step is just to delete the original screenshot from the artboard, and then you can spend a little bit of time just going through the design and starting to notice patterns. The more sites you start to replicate, the more patterns you'll begin to notice, which in turn, when it comes time to doing your own designs for websites, apps, anything like that, you're going to have a better idea of the various structures you need to be working with. And that's really the aim of this exercise. It's not to claim the design as your own, it's to help you understand what people in the industry are already doing on the web, so that you can start to apply those principles to your own work.